at me. A throwback. I'm getting like 60 subscribers again. I've lost 70 subscribers from being inactive. Hey, what's up, McLovin? How's it going, man? 680. Duxides. What's up, boys? How's it going? It's good. Who gave McLovin mod? Me, obviously. Who else is going to give him mod? What's up, El Palito? What's up, Jorge Gomez? Sean Strickland! Haven't done that in a while. Sean Dicklin. You have rough news? What happens? What happened? It's boys in the chat. How's life, man? It's going all right, man. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well. What's the rough news, brother? I'll give your monthly membership so I can have a chance at becoming mod. If we get a $20 dono, I'll drop the 10 subs. How about that? You're a chud and incel? Calm down. Thoughts on Bautista Oliveira as a main event in February. 3 back-to-back Apex cards. Welcome to Paramount. That's my thoughts. It's kind of gay. Oklahoma owns Indiana, so it doesn't matter. I'm guessing you're talking about college football. I wouldn't know. I don't watch it. Oh, Paramount sucks. Yeah. People have been complaining about the app. I haven't used it yet, so we'll see how I feel about it when the time comes. Paramount's goated. All right, well, there you go. Conflicting reviews. Og doesn't watch the sports ball. No, I watch basketball and UFC. That's it. MMA, basketball, and sometimes a little bit of boxing if it's like a big guard. Who's next for Pereira? Heavyweight, probably. If you need to share accounts, I'll send you my info. I got you. All right, bro, for sure. Hunk watches basketball? Yeah, I'll watch basketball. Is the NFL the biggest sports league in America? I think so, yeah. I'm going to the disco this upcoming Saturday in order to escape the 7 to 8 daily grind. Yes, sir, and dance. That's all I want to do. Just want to dance, bro. Like Whitney Houston said, want to dance with somebody. College or NBA? Definitely NBA. I don't watch college ball. How does a Michael Johnson loss affect LeBron's legacy this Saturday? Dude, it knocks LeBron like 3 spots down the GOAT list for sure. Unc's favorite team's the Thunder, like me. No, it's not the Thunder. My favorite team's the Nuggets because I like Jokic, but I like watching Luka and LeBron play, even if their chemistry is kind of not there. I like the Spurs. Wemby's fun to watch. I like the Clippers are fun to watch, but the Clippers kind of suck. Unc's a casual man, maybe a little. And for all you new gens that are going to call me a bandwagon, Unk knows I've been a Thunder fan my whole life, and I was talking nonstop about our playoff run last year. Nobody's going to call you that, bro. Sometimes I walk down the street in Cuban heels in a black leather jacket swaying side to side to the Bee Gees, staying alive. You know, Scrimpo, I've done a lot of things in my life. That is not one of them, I'll be honest. Never done that, man. So you're in a league of your own there. I don't know what to tell you. But, hey, man, as long as you're living life doing your thing, I respect it. My favorite team is the Heat because the last time I truly followed basketball was the season the Heat won. Let's go, dude. We own the Nuggets, Hunk? Yeah, probably this season, yeah. Hunk basketball? Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. I'm not as into it as I am in the UFC, obviously, but I'll watch it when I have extra time. It's fun to watch. LeBron and Dwayne were still in Miami, yeah. Yep. When I see a small-ass flat-chested woman wearing zebra print that walks by, I stop to admire the washboard butt on her, then I compose myself and get... what the fuck? You good, Scrumpo? What the fuck did I just read, dude? I get a blue shirt on layaway for $5 down. Dude, layaway is not even a thing anymore. We haven't played the Nuggets this year, but we're probably going to whoop them anyhow. Yeah, probably. What team should you watch? Just watch any team. Watch highlights. I'd much rather watch college and NBA, Roll Tide in every sport. Hey, man, do your thing. Justin and Knock Patty out in the first exchange. I'll take shit that's not going to happen for 1,000. Would you rather take a Jose Aldo or Benson Henderson leg kick? Jose Aldo. I mean, Benson Henderson. Just because he popularized the calf kick doesn't mean he had the best one. And the Heat jersey, singlets, and hats always look goated. Fair enough. Fair enough, dude. Streaming on a big Monday night, dude. Why is my camera shaking? Oh, it's because I keep kicking my desk. Me and you should run some Fortnite soon. I deleted Fortnite, bro. I don't even have that game anymore. I've been playing Battlefield. Too sweaty. Even non-build sweaty as fuck. BTA from the Hoosiers? What does that mean? I'm old, bro. You gotta explain that shit to me. And continued in my job selling paint buckets to old Italian women using my greased up guinea charm and giving her $1 discount on gold paint at a full price of $10.98. What the fuck? Bunny, are you a fan of the All Blacks? I don't know what you're referring to. I've been playing Battlefield since April. April? I went up on a 1-year anniversary. Okay. How long you been a fan of the channel? You know why I do this song? You know why? Why do you do this, man? Why do you do this? Who's the next double champ? Jorge Gomez? We'll probably go... Next double champ. We'll go Khamzat. Khamzat or Pereira. I'm staying alive. Fair enough. You can tell by the way I walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talkie. What? Oh, he's singing song. He put I'm staying alive. Alive! And then he put that. Oh, I didn't know that. Music loud. Why is my Spotify on? Sorry about that. But now it's alright. I'll turn the desktop audio off. My bad. Well, it's not even on. Let me close Spotify on my PC. There you go. Woman warm, been kicked around since I was born. Next double champ is Izzy after he sleeps. Piper goes to the 205, fights Yuri for the vacant belt and sleeps Yuri. I'll take... Shit, that's not going to happen for 2,000. I've played every Battlefield since Bad Company 2 way back in the day. Nice. Good shit. A true fan. Gauthier is either going to get fraud checked to get someone like the Ritter or he's going to be top 5 by the end of the year. There's no in between. Yeah, probably. Dude's a physical fucking specimen, dude. Predictions, Justine KO, Sugar Show KO, John Silva KO. And bro's predicting all the KOs. Give me every finish. Who wins, Islam or Chimaev? Chimaev. Yuri would eat Izzy out of Louis Vuitton, yeah. What's my top 5 fighters that are losing hype? Probably Taporia, because he's so inactive. Chimaev's losing hype, of course, because he's always inactive. Aspinall, obviously, because, you know, that's unfortunate. I don't know. Sorry, I just got 3. You got Saturday Night Fever and I'm Contagious. Woo. Is that a song, Love? He put, I got Saturday Night Fever and I'm Contagious. Woo! Is that a song? Taporia and Khamzat are losing hype more than anybody in the sport. There you go. Yeah. Did you see that chick, Erica Knight? She's the female boxer who's basically Clarissa Shields 2.0. No. Makoya Kararoma, because I don't watch women's boxing. She reckons she can beat big, athletic, untrained men. I mean, sure, if they're blindfolded, probably. No. I was talking to Jet. Let's look your way. He was saying that a boxer said that she can beat a girl boxer said she can beat a unathletic, big unathletic, untrained man.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Depends on the size. There's a limit. Like somebody like your dad in his 20s, she's not beating him. Just not. A bodybuilder doesn't matter. All he has to do is charge at her, get her to the ground, and it's over.
Yeah, but he knows what he's.
Yeah, untrained. Yeah, like I mean, they would kick my ass, obviously. But I'm not a big dude.
Saying, like,
I don't know.
I'm saying fully, like,
What's up, Owen?
I'm not saying like straight up attacking. I'm saying boxing with the rules, the techniques. Like she's a trained fighter versus
Yeah,
before, she'd win.
for sure. Yep, Juliana Pena lost to an average at the club, and she's significantly a better fighter than Erica Knight. Who the fuck is Erica Knight, yeah? Boys, challenge. Name 5 WNBA players. You can't do it. Unk would just swing his hips and meat slap that woman the fuck out. What? Meat slapping is crazy. I'm starting to think Patty puts Gaethje out on the feet. Dude, if Gaethje gets slapped by Patty on the feet, that would be like hilarious. The cinema. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina. Oh, well, there you go, bro. Call my bluff. A true fucking hardcore over here. What the fuck is WNBA? Women's NBA. Juliana Pena got slumped 3 times in a row by Bob the Waffle House cook. Real ball knowers remember Bob the Waffle House cook. Okay. All Patty has to do is feint takedowns. Gaethje will bite and lower his guard, and then he'll knock him the fuck out, dude. Let's go. You drinking with Tristan Tatum, Johnny Walker, dude? I'm sorry, dude. 5 best players. That's how ass the organization is. Yeah. That's crazy. Bro's a sports fanatic. You got to respect 680. His camp is 100% teaching him how to defend takedowns at all costs, and I think an opportunity is there for Patty to put him out. Also, this isn't like prime Gaethje. He's 37, right? He's had a lot of time off as well. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, those are the only ones I know. What do you guys think about Brittany Griner being a man? You think that's possible? She's 6'10". I don't know. It's interesting, right? Anything's possible at today's age. Or 6'8", something like that. Maybe not 6'10", 6'8". Either way. Yeah. Sal killed on the main card. Damn, we fell off. Them dick's bigger than mine. Now she's a woman, but just a lot of crazy genetics and really tall parents and a lot of tests. Fair enough, Owen. I have no proof, so I'll sounds convincing. We traded Brittany Griner for Merchant of Death with Russia. Worst trade deal in the history of deals, maybe ever. Damn. What do you guys think? Forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. Whatever. It wasn't important. What did DDP's coach say now? He's blaming DDP's loss to Khamzat for the rules of MMA and how it's structured, and the ref stalling the fight. It's basically he's coping. He's coping. Putin should have kept Griner. Just look it up, dude. Should title challengers need more than one big win to get a title shot? It's too much of a gray area because the UFC decides who gets the title shots. They should, but they won't. I'm going to look up Dricus Du Plessis' coach and see what he said, boys, so I can read it to you guys. Dricus Du Plessis' head coach blames referee for loss to Khamzat Chimaev as he makes audacious promise. Let's see what he says. He blames Mark Goddard for the loss as he makes rematch promise. He says, we were not prepared for a guy who was not willing to fight because really, he didn't want to fight. If we knew he was going to do that, I would have changed Dricus' base. No punches, no kicks, just wrestle the guy. And Dricus is good enough to do that. When he kept Dricus on the floor, he never wanted to fight. Goddard should have stood the fight up many times. We've learned a hell of a lot. This time around, he's going to get effed up. He's got zero chance against Dricus in the stand-up. He's got zero chance against Dricus in the clinch. His only chance is to keep us on the floor. So that's the one thing we need to fix. Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of cope. Sounds like a bunch of cope, I ain't gonna lie. Thoughts on Mobzar being 20-something when he met his wife who was 17? Pedophilia activity, dude. Call it like I see it. Yeah, that's a bit of cope by DDP, I will say. Not DDP. That's his coach, to be fair. He doesn't speak for DDP, even if he's his coach. Dricus didn't come out and say that, but he basically said he was unprepared for the biggest fight of his life. Yeah. You had to know Khamzat was going to take him down. I was more disappointed in how much Dricus didn't have an answer for just being on the ground against Khamzat. He couldn't do anything. He didn't attempt many submissions. He wasn't able to get up. Like, you can't tell, bro. You should have spent your entire camp grappling. I can't believe people are mad no Russians will be on the White House card. Yeah, that's a bit weird. The White House is based in the U.S. It should be all American fighters. Maybe outside of a title fight or two. The entire Khamzat versus DDP buildup was about DDP saying, he will take me down, but he cannot hold me down. Yep, and then he proceeded to hold him down. And yeah, now we've get a bunch of coping out of DDP's coach. What's up, Scrimp? What's up, man? Did you see Jim Carrey apologizing to Emma Stone? No. Which champion has the weakest division right now? Sorry, babe. Heavyweight, probably. Heavyweight or light heavyweight, the weakest divisions. Middleweight's pretty good. Welterweight's pretty good. Lightweight's always solid. Featherweight's good. Bantamweight's good. Flyweight's good. Yeah. Heavyweight or light heavyweight. Apparently, judo is the lowest paying mainstream combat sport. Not surprised. Not surprised. It's one of the most uncomfortable things I have seen. What did he apologize about? Yeah, true, McLovin. Welterweight is the best division right now. Yeah, it's up there for sure. If DDP is fighting constantly to get up and using his weight to power, no way Khamzat's able to hold him down for more than 2 rounds. But wouldn't that mean that DDP would also gas out as trying to get up from a guy who's heavy on top like Khamzat could gas you out as well? It takes a lot of energy to try to get up, right? Who's getting knocked out in the first exchange? I'm going to go Waldo is. You know? Oh, wow, Scrimpo. That's strange. There's like 3 elite fighters at heavyweight right now. That's how it's always been. Since the Cain Velasquez era. There's no way he gasses before Khamzat. Fair enough. I don't think DDP's takedown defense is good. I'm hoping Fluffy beats Strickland so we can maybe see Khamzat fight a half-decent grappler. Yeah, hopefully so. I want to see Khamzat fight somebody, but it seems like Khamzat's just asking to move up nonstop. Oop, what's up? Waldo sleeps Derek. They're going to trade at the start. Waldo lands a right hand on Derek, puts him down. Salsa Boy finishes on the ground. Yeah, I mean, Derek is 41 years old now, so it's possible. Right? The best heavyweights are fighting in other, like, kickboxing and wrestling, or they went to the NFL because they pay a lot more, right? Let's be real. Khamzat needs to fight a contender. He doesn't even have a title defense. Yeah. But who loves poop? Sager, don't be weird, bro. Don't be coming here talking about poop, my guy. Don't be that guy, dude. Why do people always say stuff like this? Muscle won't do shit against top of the food chain wrestlers. That was the same stuff people were saying when Jones was moving up, but Gon has muscles. I never heard anybody say that, Wiki. The only thing I've heard people say about muscles is that guys who were like overly jacked tend to gas out easier because the lactic acid builds up, but I don't know. You know you have a chin, meaning you're outgoing and a leader. That's interesting. Never been told that. I think Khamzat ragdolls anyone at light heavyweight, though. Yeah. What prospect do you think we need to keep an eye on? Yo, El Polito, I'm going to say Ethan Ewing, the guy that fought Wellmaker on short notice. Doing that on like 2 days' notice is crazy. So keep an eye on that guy. Crazy how someone like Khamzat, who gets glazed by Muslims and Europeans for ducking people like Imavov and Izzy, but they trash Joshua Van for winning a title. Yep. The sport's got contradictory fans. What can we say? People were saying DDP muscles and strength was too much for Khamzat. I picked Khamzat. I was rooting for DDP, but I kind of figured what would happen. What happened would happen. I mean, dude, I just Khamzat has all European fans, but they were all Pakistani. Nah, I don't know. I don't really keep up with cum shot, dude. Boys, I've achieved it. We've got 69 subscribers. Thank you guys for all the support. I never thought I'd make it here. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you. It's funny how people think Ankalaev's a grappler, but he's a striker. Just because he's Dagestani and he took down Jan Blachowicz a couple times, people ship him as a grappler now. But yeah, he's definitely a striker. Right? If Rico Verhoeven trained in MMA for a year or two, he'd easily make the top 5. Yeah, heavyweight's ass. Of course he would. People forget, man, I got timed out for 5 minutes after saying I had my wiener on an Unk stream once. Yeah, and you'll get timed out for an hour this time, buddy. Don't talk about your wiener, you weirdo. We didn't need to be reminded of that, good sir. Thank you. What the fuck? 50 stripper bitches on his payroll. Shout out to all the stripper bitches on his payroll. I can't believe 2019 was 7 years ago. Yep. Time moves on, brother. Time moves on. The guy got taken down by Paul Craig, got dropped against Santos. So overrated. If he was a Dagestani, he would not be in the top 3. I've always thought Ankalaev was a bit overrated. Just a little bit. Like, he's good, but like people were talking about him like he's unbeatable. And I've always thought that. Yeah. He ain't got Ankalaev ain't got that dog in him. The Masvidal era just went like a speeding Ferrari. Yep. 2016 was 10 years ago. 2012 was 14 years ago. Insane. Yeah. Time moves, man. Want to hear something funny? Sure, go for it. Knock yourself out. Kalo 100% beats Ankh in the 3-rounder. Hopefully they make that fight for Ankh to get the guy to the top 5. We'll see. We'll see. Ankalaev versus Pereira will be fight of the year if they're both at their peaks. 3 fight of the year? Maybe. I don't know about that. Only 4. There, he's not going to fight Pereira again. Only 4. He doesn't deserve it. Only 4 more years till 2100. So I was working with these old wrinkly bags that are somehow the same species as women, and they were complaining about being corrected by men. And I asked for the context of the complaint, and then what happened? You're only 18, McCoy? Damn. Turns out those bags aren't only wrinkly, but stupid. Guys, let me hear your biggest what if. What if Habib fought Tony Ferguson and he got submitted? What if Conor McGregor fought Jose Aldo a second time? Would he have won? What if Dustin guillotined Habib in front of his dad and took the belt, right? What if Anderson Silva didn't break his leg against Chris Weidman in the rematch? What would have happened? What if Nick Diaz his IV wasn't poisoned by GSP? What if, man? Only 2 more days until 2020. Shit, yeah, fucking mouth, yeah, feel, yeah. Sooner or later, the Beatles era would have been 100 years ago. Well, yeah. I mean, dude, everything's going to be 100 years ago at some point. That's just how it works. Everything. What if Unk, Chaz, McLovin, and Scrimpo started a YouTube channel to their Impractical Jokers TV show but Southern style, and they made millions off of Krangus McJakob? Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. What if I chinned all the upcoming prospects and ruined their chances of going to the UFC? People forget, man. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. What if Yuri Pereira won wasn't the early stoppage? Maybe I'm coping, but Yuri was winning both rounds on the scorecard before the knockdown. Nah, bro, the rematch proves that that was no fluke. Pereira was way better. Can I be the Mur? Sure, why not? Meaning I need to get a wife, cheat on her with women half my age, and then leave after 6 years. Oh, yeah, isn't that what Joe did? Got exposed, and then Mur got exposed for doing some shit. What if Ankh did his best Dan Crenshaw impression? No. No impressions, buddy. No impressions. What if GSP... Remember Josh Koscheck? I'm just going to get up in his face and motorboat his ass. Like, what was Josh Koscheck talking about, bro? What the fuck? Who's Joe? Who the fuck is Joe? Ya feel, yeah? I'll slap the fucking nose off of Joe, that matter rat. Fuck him. Fuck Joe, yeah? Fucking little skank of a thing, yeah? Fucking bald furry rat, yeah? Bald furry? What? Yeah, the Mur stuff was never proven beyond allegations. Fair enough. But Joe it was. He was like inviting young girls to his hotel and shit, multiple Snapchat conversations. Joe allegations were false? Well, I watched some stuff that said they were true, 680. And he subtly admitted it in an online post that he was working on himself and he pulled himself out of Impractical Jokers and all this stuff. I don't know. Poirier was beating McGregor's ass at 264. Yeah, he was. The Joe allegations were true, but he wasn't a pedo or a rapist. No, he was just kind of a creep in a sense of he kept asking young girls to like go to his hotel while he was a married man, asking like young fans. So it was more creepy than it wasn't like rape or like pedo stuff. It was just creepy and obviously unfaithful to his wife. Josh Koscheck is the original Colby Covington, but more cringe. There you go. I can agree with that. Gone Pereira at UFC 327, Miami, for the King of Miami. Dude, I would love to see Pereira send Gon's head into orbit. We're talking about Joe from Impractical Jokers, buddy. Who's Joe? I just told you. I just told you, Taporia. I just fucking told you, you mad fool, yeah? Asking me fucking dumb questions. Fool 'em. What if Conor never called Nate a cholo gangster from the hood? He probably wouldn't have got choked out, dude. Nate would have spared him, right? Oh, so you're a wrestler now. People forget, man. Nate versus Conor 1's about to be 10 years ago in March. Crazy. Did you guys know... I don't know who that is. McCoy, if that's a real person. Volk Lopez, 2 predictions. I'm going to go with Lopez again. I'm going to go Lopez by KO, dude. I don't know. Volk having another year off, fighting the same guy. Listen. What's up, Lukey? This guy's a G. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. What's good? That's gay, Owen. That's gay. The British Mr. Rogers, also notorious child predator. I don't know who that is. Lopez by KO. Listen, bro. Volk's chin doesn't get better after a year off and a year older, right? Did I tell you about my tutor who's an MMA guy? No, you didn't. Tell me all about him. Tell me about him, dude. I need to know. I gotta know. Vault Crafty Vet Performance Decision? I mean, it's definitely possible. Father Time is undefeated, unless you're Yoel Romero. Jimmy Savile's a guy who will give you nightmares if you look him up. All right, well, I will not look him up. Thank you. I'm good. Volk was always kind of chinny. People forget, man, Unk's favorite fighter pre-UFC 314 was Diego Lopez. He's still one of my favorite fighters, dude. It's hard to say you have a single favorite fighter, but yeah, Diego Lopez is up there. I like that dude's super entertaining to watch. Always brings it. You gotta love Diego Lopez, dude. And he's a jack, dude. Does Lopez beat Mavzar in a rematch? I would pick him. I would pick him. Especially since Mavzar has been inactive and Diego Lopez been whooping ass. I'd pick him. Mavzar would just have to grapple him, and Mavzar's not a dangerous fighter, so I feel like all the cards would be in Diego's favor. He's also, like I said, he's been more active. But Mavzar could obviously smudge him to a decision. Who knows? The first fight was good. Close fight, but Mavzar edged it out. Right? People forget, man, Patrick Patty Pimblett lost to Jared Gordon. Yep. And then got on the mic and asked for fight of the night and said it wasn't close. Delusional. And the whole fan base turned against him because you're an idiot. Yeah, that was like Lopez on like 2 weeks' notice. That's true. That was on short notice. Need to trim this mustache, dude. Shit's getting out of hand. So I was failing in algebra, and my mom got in touch with a math professor from the university she works at, and we got together, and he tutored me and helped me pass. Oh, nice. That's sick, man. Gotta love that. Gotta keep you in check, man. Good shit. What if your Romero never dookied himself against Brunson? This is the questions we need answered, dude. What if? What if, man? He's an MMA specialist and has trained with Sandhagen and David Onama. Oh, shit. That's dope, man. What does he specialize in? Do you know mostly of submissions came from, do you know most of submissions came from the rear naked choke? Yes, I did know that. The rear naked choke is the most common submission. He pee-peed himself? It would be probably a little equally as embarrassing, honestly. Jiu-jitsu, but he's cornered. Oh, that's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty sick. Dana White. What was that? What was the question? Oh, no. Pat Barry's the Jimmy Savile of MMA. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Wiki, I always think that Yoel Romero's grappling is a bit overrated. I mean, not Yoel Romero, just Olympic wrestlers in general and in the UFC, their grappling seems to be a bit overrated. Thank you for the 742 picks for Holloway, Olives, and Adesanya Piper. Thank you, Lookie, for the dono, man. I'm going to go with Holloway, dude. I'm going to go with Holloway against Olives. I think he gets it done by TKO. I don't think Olives is going to be able to get him in his grappling that easy against Holloway. And I think Holloway's the better striker. He has the better cardio. And I think he's going to get Olives. And Adesanya Piper, I got to go with Piper. Dude, listen. Adesanya is on a 3-fight losing streak. He's 1-4 in his last 5. His chin is deteriorating. He's not motivated to get the belt again. He's been out over a year by the time he fights again. I got to go with Piper, man. Can Adesanya go in there and school Piper? Without a doubt, he can. But I just think Adesanya's too chinny and Piper's going to catch him. Hunk picks against Izzy to spite you, but that should be in your favor, 680, because if the Hunk curse continues, I'll get every fight wrong. So I just made your fighter win, basically. Yoel Romero made Whitaker look like a takedown defense god. Dude, imagine if that spinning back fist hit Whitaker right before the end of that round. That was crazy fast. Opinions on farting like a Lambo? Shut up. Someone donate, please. I need membership. Okay. $15 more of donos, and I'll give out the 10 memberships, boys. I got to stack my paper in this motherfucker, dude. You feel me? Izzy's going to have the type of performance that Usman had against Buckley. Trust me. Okay. We're going to see. So you saying Izzy's going to get grappling, dude? Remember when Masvidal McGregor was the most hype fight of all time? I never thought it was that hype, but I remember when other people thought that, yeah. Tell me about UFC GOAT's biggest weaknesses. All right, let's talk. Demetrius Johnson's biggest weakness is wrestling, I would say, and knees, clearly. Demetrius Johnson's biggest weakness is wrestling. Habib's biggest weakness would be a pressure fighter. Pressure with good takedowns, because obviously he's going to struggle to get good takedown defense. He's going to struggle to get takedowns if he's going backwards. GSP's biggest weakness, again, another fighter with good takedown defense and good pressure, like a Johnny Hendricks. John Jones is his biggest weakness, his power, his boxing defense. There you go. There's a couple. Some people actually picked Jorge to be the prime Usman. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember that. Thank you for the 2, El Polito. Appreciate it, man. Gabe Stevenson is going to be the fail in MMA the same way he did in WWE. Damn. Bro, you go live for like 30 minutes and dip for weeks? What do you mean, Tim? I was live yesterday too, Tim. And I was live 2 days before that. But yeah, fair enough. I took some breaks, but I've been live 3 out of the last 4 days, buddy. Okay? Come at me, broski. Hey, Young, did you ever notice how some fat guys have the crispiest beard lineup in order to force a jawline? No, because I don't look at other men like that, dude. Get your zesty ass out of here. The name Stevenson pisses me off. I know, dude. The last name Stevenson is so annoying. I always want to say Stevenson. I agree. John Jones' biggest weakness is drugs. John Jones' biggest weakness is the Albuquerque Police Department, dude. You've got to be man first. Be humble, brother. Oh, shut your bitch ass up. I'm just a student of the game. Okay. Is Kamaru on the sauce? I've always thought Kamaru was on the sauce, so I'm going to say yes. Just because you don't test positive doesn't mean you're not on the sauce. So to quote my buddy Nate Diaz, everybody's on steroids. The whole UFC, everybody. In order to play, you got to check out the rest of the players. That's one way to put it. A black man can't drink? Dude, that was great. That was great. Can GSP beat Islam Makhachev? He could, would he? In his prime? Maybe. It'd be a good fight. I'd probably pick Islam. I think he has better striking. He'd be able to stop the takedowns of GSP. It'd be a good fight. Marty Fake Juiceman, the CEO of EPO. Listen, dude. There's nothing wrong with being the CEO of EPO. John Jones was always so prepared because he had extra long sparring rounds with his wife. True. You're right, dude. Kamaru never denies being on the sauce. He just says those accusing him don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, which is a person who doesn't deny something and like changes the gears is typically guilty. John, one of the biggest red flags of somebody like doing something and you know they're lying is whenever you accuse them of something, instead of saying I didn't do it, they say, why would I do that? Why do I need to do that? Big red flag. John Jones' biggest weakness is drugs, alcohol, Thai lady boys, the Albuquerque PD, steroids, etc. There you go. He has multiple. Islam will take GSP down at will. Possible. Guys, I've been looking at a massive drop behind my house for 5 weeks now. Patty and Gaethje, please save me. What the fuck? Dude. Patty Pimblich versus Justin Gaethje. This better be a good fight, dude. Ah. Stream is healthy. Dude, I got like a fucking sleepy eye on my left eye. So annoying. Unk's beard looking good. What? Dude, my beard looks bad right now. Bro, it's cooked. It looks good. I don't think so, dude. My mustache is way too long. And my shit looks chopped. Hot take, Kevin Randleman would destroy Patchy Mix. Cold take, brother. If my Seahawks weren't good, finally, I don't know what I would have done with my life these past 5 weeks. Well, I'm glad you have a purpose, my friend. I'm glad you have a purpose. I like Kamaru and thought he was underrated because he arguably beat everyone he's faced but EPO. Damn. Right. My issue with with Kamaru is that I thought his title reign was a bit overrated, right? He beat Tyron Woodley, to get the belt. Good win, right? Then both of his title defenses are Colby. 2 against Colby, 2 against Jorge, and then Gilbert Burns. It's like it's not the strongest title reign. You know what I'm saying? 2 rematches in there. I saw 50-something-year-old man still acting ghetto when I was in the shop this morning. 5th grown-ass man acting ghetto. Grow up, sir. You've been in the hood your whole life. Time to snap out of it. Buckley beats Usman in a rematch. Get that monkey off his back, brother. You know, you know. Prime Colby's underrated. Sure. He was good, Wiki, but Colby spent his whole career beating up on old guys. When's the last time Colby Covington beat somebody who wasn't 33 years old or older? Let me know. It hasn't happened. Damian Maia was 39. Robbie Lawler was like 37. RDA was 33. Woodley was like 38, 39. He just beat up on old guys. Jorge was 39, 38. Grown-ass man sagging his pants. Yeah. Yeah. That's my issue with Colby, dude. He never fought anyone in their prime. It was always beating up on old guys. Every time. Besides the undefeated streak, do you think Khabib deserves to be top 5 GOAT? Not top 5, top 10, yeah. He was taking easy fights to get title shots. Yeah, you got to respect the hustle, dude. You got to respect the hustle. Does Iaquinta count? I mean, it does count. Is it a good win? No, but it counts. Natalia Silva, please win so Valentina will be defeated. We need Valentina to get defeated, dude. What's the crowd do to Josh if he fights on a hypothetical fight night in Minneapolis? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Ya feel, yeah? Ya feel. Gaethje will surpass Khabib on the GOAT list on Saturday. Okay. If he beats Patty, dude, I'll just rise him up there. Khabib versus Prime Usman is one of the hardest fights to predict. Yeah, that's a tough one. They'll lynch him after he KOs some bum and conservative Chelson and Max is on the microphone. Okay. What the fuck? Yeah! Let's see if we've gained a subscriber this stream, boys. If we didn't gain a subscriber, I'm leaving. I'm not streaming anymore. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. JC killed a gorilla. He wasn't sacking, but he was wearing a red do-rag and bandanas and shit. Okay. The reason of Khabib being top 5 GOATs because he's undefeated. Yeah. It's a rarity in MMA. It doesn't happen. I understand. Oh, the grind to 6K taking so long. Well, I'm at 6K. I was at 7K, but then I took 2 months off. And then, you know, if you don't upload, people are going to unsubscribe. So I lost like 60 or 70 subs. After Ortega loses to Money Moicano, give Alex Pereira. Okay. I think Ferguson would have actually been tricked for Khabib considering Tony wasn't tapping after Dariush and Olives had him bad. Yeah, but Tony would have probably got TKO'd. Ref would have stepped in. I hate how you have to argue with them that their only defense is, oh, you didn't grow up with dysfunctional parents. You grew up with a father. You wouldn't know about the streets. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Like, bro, I grew up without a father and in the streets. How about that? I really did. My dad passed away in 1997, boys. Before a lot of you were born, my dad was already deceased. 6'7"? Get that shit out of here. Don't be 6'7" in my chat, buddy. Okay? Appreciate it. Brian Ortega's falling off so bad. He really is. Ortega needs to retire. He's taken a generational amount of damage in multiple fights. He's not elite anymore. He just needs to pack it up. He's never getting a belt. He's never fighting for a belt again. Bro just made Aljo look like Prime Wonder Boy. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Unk, you will hit 10K if you commit yourself to making 8, 9 massive. Yeah, that ain't happening. I will not be the one to push a meme forward. Aljo is the bantamweight goat who agrees. No, I don't agree with that. It's either Marab or Piotr Jan. It's pretty close. The maid only came once a week. What do you think happened those other 6 days? Shut up. Wonder Boy still fighting? People forget, man. Wonder Boy is going to be 43 years old in March. That's crazy. Aljo beats everyone at 145. Yeah, okay. Aljo is going to lose, dude. He has no finishing ability, so if he fights Volk, he would get destroyed. He lost to Mavzar. Close fight, but he lost. Lopez smokes him. Nah, dude. And he's getting older. What if Ferguson wins 8 boxing matches in a row? He redeemed himself. He redeemed himself. Sugar Show will bust up Peter Pan's face again. Peter Pan. Cheater Pan. Kobe Covington called him Cheater Pan when he need Aljo. I don't know why they didn't do Aljo Yair from Mexico City. Moreno versus Asu is such a bad main. Because the UFC fumbles everything and they want to try to give Yair... Dude, Yair's like 1 loss away from a title shot. All Yair needs to do is lose one more fight and they'll give him a title shot. Mexican privilege is real, boys. Yeah, Aljo is the least threatening featherweight. Aljamain Sterling hasn't got a finish since he finished Corey Sandhagen in 2020. We're going on 6 years. He has no power in his hands. He does not have any ability to finish a fight by a submission. He can get the back, but he can't finish. So, he's cooked. There was this 50-year-old woman on Facebook who was mad at people for saying this thief should go to prison because apparently we're not poor, so we can't say anything about it. Wow. Wow. Bro's proud of his pick, so he's going to glaze Aljo forever. He finished Dillashaw? Yeah, but I don't even count that, dude. Dillashaw finished himself in that fight. I don't even count that, dude. As far as I'm concerned, his last finish was Sandhagen. His last real finish. That wasn't a real finish, dude. Why did they put Silva, Rose over Figueiredo and Umar? Are they mental? Maybe it's because the Figueiredo versus Umar is going to be on the prelims, right? The headliner of the prelims, so it's going to be the last fight on CBS. So the UFC probably thought, the most people are going to watch this last fight on the prelims. It's going to be the biggest fight on the prelims because it's going to be the last fight on CBS before it goes to Paramount. So maybe they're thinking that's how we grab a bunch of viewers, by putting a potential #1 contenders fight on the headline of the prelims where everybody's going to watch it on cable TV. Does that make sense? It was literally lazy, dishonest, and selfish people who make everyone's lives hard. Yep. People who steal stuff make everybody's life harder. Well, it counts as a win, Wiki, but yeah. I'll take the coping allegations. Ilya's ex-wife might be the most evil person ever, probably a Satanist. Damn, well. It's tough out here in these streets with these women. Ilya posting shit on Twitter in all caps was hilarious. I don't have Twitter, so I deleted it. Yeah, Sandhagen gets too much into the nerding of fighting. Like, instead of just, like, he has the brains, but he can't execute what his brains are capable of. Aljo and Kamaru sound so fake when they talk, like being sauced up in Marab too. Yep. Indeed. No knockouts, no submissions, no wife, no kids. Bilal has never finished any man or woman. That was beautiful. Tweet of the year. Put that shit in the frame. Yair hasn't won a fight, but they want Lopez as champ to force Yair fight. Mexico versus Brazil. Yep. Indeed, you got it. They want a Mexican champion so bad, and they're willing to do anything to get it, dude. Even if it means giving Lopez back-to-back title shots against Volk, right? Because he does reside out of Mexico, even though he's Brazilian. Mexican. Taporia's wife is a pretty surface. that hides an ugly truth. There you go. Yeah, pretty much, Wiki. That's exactly what Sandhagen does. Sandhagen would have beat Merab if he actually used his bag instead of trying to stand up over and over and jab his way to a decision. Yeah. But Nerdhagen, he can't beat elite fighters, dude. Anytime he fights a super elite fighter, he typically loses, right? He's good, he's just not good enough. It's the reality of a lot of fighters' careers, dude. MMA fighters get shit on like crazy, LOL. I'm gonna shit on you like crazy, Butster. No, I'm joking. Can't wait for Rufus to KO Patty. Imagine. Imagine, dude. John Silva's like a top 5 if he wins. He's going to get fast track quick. Yeah. They ain't going to let that Lopez loss stop him, dude. And be right back. Didn't Gilbert Burns almost admit to bringing steroids into his training camp? Yeah, he had a Freudian slip. It seemed that way, at least. It was just frustrating knowing he's low-key got a nasty submission game in leg lock series. Didn't use it at all, even when Merab damn near put himself in submission spots. Yeah, he was like, gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up. Do I have Armin in my top 5 elite weight? Sure, why not? Put him there. Do you think Patricio Pitbull's move to the UFC is too late? Yes, he's like 38 years old. He won't do anything. It's way too late. He'll have some fun fights, but he'll never be anything. He won't be top 5 or champion or anything. Who are they going to pick to fight Van next? Titties or Tyra? I think it's going to be Tyra. Yeah, probably Tyra. But Titties would be right behind him after Pantoja. How did you almost get knocked out in round 2 by Marabi in the Big 25? I know, dude. Nearly getting slept by Marabi is insane work, dude. That's almost impressive. Ugh. Damn. How did you... I already read that. Patient, Marabi. Patient, bud. Look, I gotta go to bed, but glad you're back streaming. Yo, Ezekiel, thank you for stopping by, man. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Would have been amazing for Merab boring allegations if he finished that. Yeah, it would have. But that's kind of been put to rest. He's not boring anymore. He used to be. Hunter probably replacing Dana at press conferences? I fucking hope so, dude. Dana's such a twat. He pisses me off these days. Jan Merab 3, who wins? I got Merab. I'll pick Merab. I'll roll with Merab again. You see Marabi recapturing his belt in the Big 26. I mean, the way Jan looked, it seems impossible. Then again, yeah, I don't know. Merab's getting old, though. He's going to be 35. Here, you just turned 35 this month, I believe. So, I don't know. We'll see. Everyone's talking about Usman moving to the UFC. I haven't seen him fight. Does he have a chance? No, dude. Usman's the run of the litter. Usman or Magomedov will not be a lightweight champion. He doesn't beat Taporia. He doesn't beat Armin. I'd probably pick Patty against Usman, dude. I don't think he's that good comparative to the UFC lightweights. But that's just my opinion. This kid in my class once showed me a YouTube video of a 31-year-old female prison guard getting a 23-year-old inmate with a 23-year-old inmate. It was weird. I mean, it happens, dude. But that's not the craziest age difference. They've had way more insane ones. Right? Jan Blachowicz still going strong at 42. Yeah, but he hasn't had a win in almost 4 years, Tim. That's the only issue with Blachowicz, right? He hasn't had a win in almost 4 years. But he's having close fights. He just can't get a win. He either gets a draw or he gets a close decision loss. His last one is Rakic all the way back in 2022. May of 22, I believe. A long time, dude. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to say Usman doesn't have the level of beating top 3 UFC lightweights? Uh, yeah, he could maybe make it into the top 5. I'd say he can get like top 7 for sure, but top 5 is not impossible. He won't be champion though. 324 predictions. Patty by TKO. Can I speak to manager of this establishment? He told me a parlay didn't hit. Now my husband beats me. What the fuck? What's up, Frozen? You remember watching that fight like yesterday? I know. Time's flying, brother. Usman reminds me of a lightweight Shavkat. I don't see that. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he comes in and beats everybody. We'll see. Much longer we got on stream. We got 10 minutes left on stream, boys. 10 minutes. Get out of here. Transitions between Bellator to the UFC is huge. Yeah, it really is. The level of competition is night and day. Look at Patchy Mix, 20-1. Now can't even beat a fighter in the UFC. Can't even beat a debuting fighter. Patchy Mix is ass, dude. Do you hope this replaces your Walgreens position? That's been the plan all along, Tim. Obviously, I've took a step back and I wasn't putting as much into it recently because work was stressful, but ultimately that is the goal. I don't like working at Walgreens and I'm having trouble finding a new job. I've been trying. Job market is ass right now, especially where I live. I swear I'm always seeing social media of some older women having affairs with younger guys. That's kind of predatory, but it's made out to only be a big deal when it's a male predator. But it's starting to shift where it's getting called out, Makoya. I will say that. Both ways. But yeah, I know what you mean. 20-1, he comes to UFC and has the footwork of a head movement of an 80-year-old with Parkinson's. Pretty much. Pretty much, dude. I saw an old chart of yours where you rank fighters at work. Yeah, that was way back. That was like over a year ago, dude. Or around a year ago. That was a while back. Yes, the UFC is the top level of MMA, obviously. Thank you for stating the obvious, Polito. Appreciate you. Exactly, Tim. It really is like that right now, bro. The job market is cheeks right now, dude. McLovin, shut up, dude. Shut up. Yeah, few. Mm-hmm. Dude, when I was 9 years old, I didn't give a fuck about my classmates and I was crushing on the teachers and moms. This guy. Bro was a menace. Or he was even 10. You should consider joining the National Guard. You get so many benefits like free healthcare. You can go to basic training. And after that, you just show up 1 weekend a month. No. But thank you. Thank you for the offer, bro. I'm good. But appreciate it. I'm looking into some other stuff. We'll see what happens. Unc, where are you fleeing if there's a draft? Your mom's house? No, I'm joking. I don't want to talk about that stuff, dude. I don't care. I'm just talking MMA, brother. I don't like to think about that type of shit. I stay chilling, dude. We'll worry about that when the time comes. I'm good. I'm good, man. Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's really good for people who already have families and shit because you just show up for your training 1 weekend and you're at home. Otherwise, you get the same benefits. Okay, okay. Maybe I'll look into it. Aren't you already past the age limit? I think you can be up to 39, right? Tim, I don't know if I'd say sick of it because sick of it is like a strong term. I'm more so like just burnt out and like stressed, right? I'm ready to move on to something different. I don't know if I would say sick of it though. I don't hate my life going there. I just know that there's something better out there for me and I'm just stressed out a lot of times. How old to join the National Guard? You you need to be in between 17 and 35 years old. So no, I can be up to 35. And you don't have to worry about losing your regular job for it either. There's a law that makes it a federal crime for you to be fired for joining the Guard. Oh, nice. Nice. So you pretty much get all the military benefits and shit, like free healthcare to show up on a military base for 2 days out of the month, and that's it. I mean, it's, dude, I'm not going to pretend like it's not a good thing. Seems very fair. UFC cards are so ass. Welcome to Paramount, boys. Welcome to Paramount. Are you making Tim, way under. Way under, dude. I'm not even making a fifth of that, dude. Why the hell have they not announced a Yuri fight yet? I don't know. He's getting his college degree, dude. Leave him alone. McLevin, noise, yeah, feel. Noise. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I just thought it might be something you could look into. Yeah, I'll look into it, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Shout out to McLevin, the GOAT. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. She's city born, raised in South Detroit. You singing what's it called? Don't Stop Believing. No, Tim, I'm not. I'm trying to get out of retail. We're trying to get out of that hole, dude. Not remain in it. Hmm? The retail hole. Guys coming from a different promotions like Patchy Mix and Kai are not doing well in the UFC. So do you think they're not UFC material and need more time to adapt? Not UFC material. Just not ready for the level of competition. What field do I want to work in? Anything but retail. I don't really have a preference. Something that takes care of me and my wife. Is America safe, guys? I can't imagine knowing everyone on the streets have guns. I mean, if you put yourself in a place where it's dangerous, then you're probably going to get dangered. You know what I'm saying? But if you mind your business, you go, you do your thing, dude, and don't bother anybody, sure, you can still get mugged or robbed, but it's a lot less likely than if you're putting yourself in those situations, right? Where I live, a lot of people go to the fire department while they do the National Guard 2 days a month, and they have. Oh, okay, okay. I worked at Home Depot 10-hour days. It was annoying. Part time, they're probably decent, but not full time. Oh, I see. Nice. That's pretty much it for me, guys. You guys have a good night. I'm gonna head out. You guys take it easy. Take care of yourselves. Get some rest. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow. Love you guys. Appreciate it.